What is up? What is up? We are back, Black in the building. Man, another day, another 10 cents. You already know what the fuck it is. Shout out to everybody. I already know where the fuck y'all at. Nigga ain't nowhere but at the motherfucking Court Plantation. Shout out to everybody out there handling business, making it do what it do, scratching and surviving. Shout out to everybody on that CMOS. I just took 2 scoops. I got me some turmeric and ginger tea. Thought I would get some. You know what I'm saying? So I thought I would do that. Put a little bit of raw honey in that bitch. Shout out to everybody out there that's trying to make moves. Shout out to everybody that's on their financial stability status. I've been listening to a lot of financial podcasts the last couple of days because I really want to get my money up so we can start putting bread on these politicians' heads so they can start changing the situations and we can start establishing a system of justice. So shout out to everybody out there that's on their financial grind. Shout out to everybody at the Court Plantation making it do what it do. If you can, any Court Plantation you work at, take some money and invest it in yourself. Buy you some stock, some bonds, get you some 401k, get you an IRA, do that shit. That's been on my mind real heavy because we can take that money and put it on the street, put it to these politicians, as Dr. Claude Anderson teaches, buy and lease these politicians so things like what happened to George Floyd won't happen and we won't have to be depending on jurors to convict the police because the police will know, oh shit, they finna put bread on our head. They finna vote these unions out because they got money. So that's what we need to do. So shout out to everybody out there that's on their financial stability. It's a lot of shit to discuss. And it's a lot of shit that's going on. So we gonna get into it. I don't really have the time because I got shit to do. So I'm on a time crunch. We gonna make this happen in about 25 minutes. I know niggas like, yeah, right. Nah, nigga, about 25 minutes. We gonna go over the Derek Chauvin trial. Not really go over it, but we gonna go over things that we need to look out for. But he is, as I would say, guilty, nigga. I bet you that motherfucker don't like that. But we gonna get into my reasons of why they found him guilty. And it ain't because of the law. It was the right thing to do. It was to prevent further uprising of melanated people, foundational black folk in the United States of America, Incorporated. So shout out to everybody that understands that. We're going to get into that. We're going to also talk about Ma'Khia Bryant, and she got gunned down. I guess she was getting into it with somebody on the street. She had a knife to protect herself, and the police just came up and just shot and killed her. So while we cheering on Derek Chauvin, we cheer, oh, guilty, some other race soldiers just killed a melanated sister. 15 years old. 15 years old. So don't be jumping for joy and thinking that everything has changed. It also reminds me of all you melanated black folk that go to church and play the Cesare Borgia every Sunday and wonder why the oppressor, the dominant white society, keep going oops upside your motherfucking head. You're not going to get any power praying to Cesare. That's their God. That's their Jesus. That's why they gave it to you. And if you think about what Dirty Bookman said, he said we need to replace the image of the white man's God because their God asked them to commit crime. I talk about it all the time. Haitian Revolution. Go read the book Before the Mayflower. Very, very good book. Shout out to everybody out there that's handling business, gaining knowledge. You know, I'm still reading this book, A Price for the Pound of Flesh. It's a very, very good read, but it's kind of difficult. I'll get into that. But I just want to say this one part in it. It was about this slave master who bought this slave, Cecilia, and he was damn near trying to rape her on the way home from the auction block. But eventually she got tired. Matter of fact, he raped her so many times she had 2 mulatto kids by him. And then she ended up bobbing his ass upside the head and killing his ass. And see, these are the things that we need to look for because trust and believe this when I say it. The dominant society don't do nothing to benefit black folk. So don't just be jumping for joy thinking, oh, he found guilty. Yes, we're going to get into all that. I got some audio I'm going to play about Joe 94 crime bill Biden giving the family of George Floyd, giving them a call. And stop. Because of your policies, over 550,000 black folk went to prison because of your mandatory minimums and drug laws. So stop it. 94 crime bill, Joe Biden. I don't want to hear it. I can't understand you. So stop it. We're going to get into it. Man, it is, like I said, there's so much shit going on. But I'm going to tell you this right now, man. I find it quite interesting that everybody, this now's not the time to jump and not jump for joy, because as we're jumping for joy over George Floyd, Ma'Khia Bryant gets murdered. See, a lot of times we can't be calling the police. They coming to kill. I don't give a fuck if you had a box cutter. They're coming to kill. And then they're going to ask questions later. It ain't nothing going to happen to them. And there's going to be another trial, another March Wine and Repeat, another Lee Merritt or Benjamin Crump or Jesse Jackson or Reverend Al Sharptone. It's going to be one of them motherfuckers to come out, ambulance chasers. We got to, what do we think is going to happen? Man, y'all niggas think because they found Derek Chauvin guilty, how much time he gonna get? Let's just see. I bet you that motherfucker get 5 years. Officer Yanez only got a year. And he clearly was out of pocket and just shot into that car. He could have killed that little girl. And now that little girl, as she grows up, has to be reminded every fucking day. Every day. Every fucking day of her dad being slaughtered on Facebook Live. But y'all want to believe in law enforcement, believe in Jesus, Cesare? Man, stop. You better start. You want to worship him? You better go get some voodoo. You better worship Ogun. You better worship Jean-Jacques Dessalines. You better worship Dirty Bookman and Mackendall. Fuck these other motherfuckers y'all up here praising. You better go get you the Fall of America by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He told you what the fuck was going to happen. At first, I was like, I'm reading. I'm like, damn, he's saying some real shit. Because we look to the politicians, everybody, to help us out, because they gonna really do right by us. They gonna do right by us. And then when the nigga get killed, I was watching this. You know, I often watch it, but I was watching this. I was watching the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on Phil Donahue. Y'all should hear some of these white people. Like, you're just so prejudiced, and I feel afraid, like it's violence. I mean, they was just white fragility and up. One podcast, I just gotta play the shit. I might play it tonight because it fucked me up just listening to these people just be so disrespectful. And there was one white woman out of all of them that was like, y'all have been disrespecting this man the whole time he's been speaking. Y'all have not listened to a word he has said. And if we're supposed to come together and this man is speaking, y'all don't really know what y'all want. Y'all don't know if y'all want him to talk. It was one white woman. All the rest of these white folk was just divisive, disrespectful, not saying nothing. And that was 30 years ago. And what do y'all think is going on today? The same motherfucking thing. So trust this. Don't ever trust their process, because their process is, okay, we go all cold for one of ours, we'll kill 20 of theirs. And we'll make it justifiable. Let me find this audio, man, because y'all need to hear this shit. Y'all need to hear this shit, man. Y'all really need to hear this. Hold on. Y'all need to hear this. This shit blew my mind. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the audio. Let's see.
How's Gianna doing?
Feeling better now.
Hold on.
Hey, how you doing?
How's Gianna doing?
Feeling better now. Nothing is going to make it all better, but at least God, now there's some justice.
Right.
And I think a John is coming. My dad is going to
See?
change the world. He's going to start to change it now.
That's right.
Yes. Amen.
Start to change it now. After you done locked up over 550,000 people, go get the new Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander, by the way. And your boy Obama just extended those policies that your boy 94 Joe Biden crime bill that he was the architect behind. See, we often, and it's true, I went through that too. We often, okay, white people say, okay, cool. Then I can feel better. That's because we rest. I feel like we feel that we could rest when white folk co-sign a little bit of what we say. And that should be the opposite. When they start co-signing, you should be looking at them upside their head like, where's this coming from? And what do you plan on doing? Because if you ain't going to establish no system of justice, then I don't want to hear no talk is cheap. I feel that Joe Biden reached out to this family, because it was a strategic move, because guess what? A lot of black folk are not happy and satisfied and pleased with the Biden administration. So that's why now they're going to backtrack and start trying to rewrite their wrongs, because where's the black agenda? You never did that. You never went back on the Breakfast Club. Aren't you supposed to be talking to Ice Cube? Aren't you supposed to be talking to Dr. Claude Anderson and all those people that y'all said we'll wait till after the election? So now they're trying to rewrite their wrongs. That's imagery. They don't give a fuck about George Floyd's family. Look, we need to understand that law enforcement is one of the biggest supporters of either Republicans and Democrats. They put a lot of money into these campaigns, whether you're Republican or Democrat. So stop thinking that he's somehow oppositional of law enforcement. No. Derek Chauvin was just a sacrificial lamb because they needed to give somebody up. Facts.
I want to change it now. So, you've been incredible. You're an incredible family. I wish I were there, just put my arms around you. I'm standing here with Cedric. We've been talking, we've been watching them.
Oh, and they just crowd around. Oh, it's Biden. It's Biden.
Second of this, and the vice president, all of us, and we're all so relieved. Not just one verdict, but all three, purely on all three counts. And it's really important. I'm anxious to see you guys.
Yeah, right. I'm anxious to rewrite my wrongs. Look, this is one of the things that we need to work on as well. I'm not saying that they should be oppositional right there, but stop getting so goddamn excited because a dominant white society or any other racial group is pretending, acting, being a thespian, like they are in alignment with your belief system. They are not in alignment with what you believe, and they don't care. If it's anything that would destroy the system of racism and white supremacy, they are oppositional of that. They're against that. Because if they wanted to destroy it, as Neely Fuller Jr. teaches, they can replace it tomorrow and establish a system of justice tomorrow. They can actually literally wake up tomorrow and say, okay, guess what? Now we're giving black folks all the reparations that they deserve, $300 trillion. They will be equal to white folk. They will, matter of fact, not even need to go to work under y'all because they'll have so much money they won't even need to be bothered. Man, half the white people be killing themselves. Half the white people be setting up shop because they know a lot of niggas gonna still buy and spend from them, and then a lot of niggas be trying to kill black folk. That's what I think.
I really am. And we're gonna get a lot more done. We're gonna get police. We're gonna do a lot. We're gonna stay at it till we get it done.
Hopefully this is the momentum for the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act to get passed and have you sign.
We gotta have that and a lot more.
See? Hopefully this is the stop it, Ben Crump. Man, y'all gotta stop.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Well, this could be our first shot at dealing with genuine systemic racism. Look, there's two people here that feel strongly as I do, the vice president.
And remember, let's just remember this. Joe Biden was the one who straight out said, why do I have to apologize for what my ancestors did? I wasn't there, so why I got to do that, right? Right? That's what he said. But you are a direct beneficiary of what your ancestors did to black folk. And it's so funny because when I was watching the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on Phil Donahue, y'all should have heard these white people. It didn't blow my mind because it reminds me of today. This was 30 years ago, but it reminded me of today. Every white person that spoke was like, they was like, I'm not prejudiced, but you're making me feel prejudiced. Basically, I don't like what you're saying, so you're going to make me not like you. I had to give the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan credit because he conducted himself very well, and he was being very disrespected on that panel. People was talking over him, booing, basically to the point of everything he said didn't make sense. But my thing was always this. Why do the dominant white society think they could be the judge and the jury of who's moral and immoral when the last 450 years, the dominant society has been the most corrupt, immoral people in this country of the United States of America incorporated?
Okay.
I'm just so thankful to the entire family. Your courage, your commitment, your strength.
Oh, they got Cop Mala Harris on there too. See, Y'all motherfuckers better stop that. But I get it because you just want to feel loved, and I understand that. But I'll tell you this. You notice those families that don't do no smiling, they don't show them very long. Like Daniel Prude. Do y'all remember Daniel Prude? I want everybody to go, whoever listened to this, Google Daniel Prude out of, I think, Rochester, New York, who was assassinated. They put a spit bag over his head and had him handcuffed in the snow because he was having a mental health crisis, right? Mental health, right? They killed him, but the brother was not a smiley black man. He said they fucking murdered my brother on the goddamn street. So no, I'm not fucking happy. And that's exactly how he was talking. And you never seen it again. And you never seen Lee Merritt and Benjamin Crump. You notice they don't go to those black folk that are not smiley. They go to the ones that smile and want to make it a camera and a photo op. You notice that shit? No diss to George Floyd's family, but I'm just saying it's like it's strategic. It has to be strategic. Just like the sister Tamika Mowry. Hey man, that woman that I think it was what was this young brother that got killed in Cleveland? He had a toy gun. They shot and killed him. All I know is this. The mother of that young brother was like, I don't appreciate y'all making money off our son's deaths. And see, we have to be careful who we are in alignment with, man. Because these people that got you out there speaking, a lot of times they're not in alignment with black folk getting and deserving justice. They're in alignment with popularizing it and romanticizing it so they can make money off of it. So they can be like, oh, donate to this foundation. That bullshit. So we have to be very super conscious and aware of that shit too.
And this is a day of justice in America. And your family and
see, you can barely hear because all these Sambos and coons is fucking talking. So you can't really hear what she's saying. But you know why? Because they just so excited. Vice President Kamala, the first black vice president. First of all, she's claiming East Indian. So stop.
show real leaders at this moment where we needed you. And in George's name and memory, we are going to make sure his legacy is intact.
They are definitely reading a script that somebody wrote for them. Look, we have to understand what imagery is. We have to understand that. Look, imagery is a motherfucker. And while we celebrating this, Ma'Khia Bryant is dead at 15 fucking years old. You know why? Because this is what they do. So while y'all thinking that we got justice, and first let's just get this clear. George Floyd was national news, just like Philando Castile, Oscar Grant, Mike Brown, Alton Sterling, Walter Scott, Freddie Gray. But here's the thing. They chose one out of all those other people because Philando Castile, he let that officer know he had a license to carry all that, shot him on Facebook Live and killed him. Right in front of his daughter and his woman. Dead. That man, Officer Yanez, got what, a year? If that? But we're going to sit up here and praise and jump around. People should still be saying Philando Castile's name. They still should be saying Mike Brown's name. Darren Wilson was found not guilty. Matter of fact, did they even bring up charge? Where is Darren? I bet you Darren Wilson is a cop somewhere else. You want to bet? I bet you he's a cop somewhere else. And then let's not get on Barack Obama's homeboy, the Jewish white brother, Rahm Emanuel, who was running for mayor and kept and withheld that video footage of Laquan McDonald being murdered and assassinated because he wanted to be the mayor. So he was like, well, we're not putting that footage out there. These are the things that they do. Motherfuckers think because they smile with one black person that they cool with everyone. I'll tell you this right now. As Nelly Fuller Jr. says, until they prove to you that they're not a white supremacist, then you can, if they ain't proving it to you, then you keep your eye up. And I don't blame people because that's how black folk are supposed to be. We got to stop allowing other racial groups to come amongst us, co-opt what we got going on, and then they become the naysayers of our fucking movement. We got to stop that.
And that history will look back at this moment and know that it was an inflection moment. You had to sacrifice so much, your family did too. But we really do believe that with your leadership.
Oh, she lying. Hey, good looking out, Nick. Tamir Rice. See, I be blanking when I be up here, Nick. See, Nick, that's why I need you on the podcast, man. God damn. Shout out to Nick. He in the chat room giving me because I forgot. I know the brother's name was Tamir, but I forgot his last name. That brother was that was a child. And they just, he's got a gun. And I'm tired of people hiding behind they got a gun and all this other stuff. Look, man, I would suggest everyone, go watch the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on Phil Donahue. Go watch that. Very, very, very good. I think it was like 91 or in the 80s. And Phil Donahue, of course, like every typical white man that have you on TV, they try to make you out to be a buffoon when in actuality, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan had everybody else looking dumb because his wordplay and how he responds to questions is just, it's the greatest thing I've ever saw. I'm sorry, even better than Malcolm X. It's just the greatest thing I ever saw because what I like about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he broke it down. Go watch that interview. It's 2 parts, but it's on one YouTube thing. And he broke down how a lot of white people are Shriners and Masons. And he said, and they study all basically African belief systems. And they got that from us. Oh, he broke that down. Most of them white people was in there like they were so confused. They didn't even know what the fuck to say. That's why I'm like, man, when I'm playing this thing, listening to Kamala Harris, she's saying a bunch of bullshit.
And the president that we have in the White House, that we're going to make something good come out of this tragedy, okay?
So she basically saying Joe Biden is going to make sure that something good, watch they have a foundation in George Floyd's name, and then they have some type of bullshit law. It's going to be the George Floyd law. And we're going to do what's called police reform. Let me tell y'all don't y'all notice they do healthcare reform? Economic reform. Everything is reform. That's wordplay. Let me tell you what it means. Mark Furman, you are a racist motherfucker. We're going to put you somewhere else. Oh, you just get a chance to go investigate OJ. Even though you just said nigga a million times, but you can investigate the OJ murder and plant evidence there. Because guess what? We'll just move you somewhere else. Oh, those cops that were beating the fuck out of Rodney King, we're not going to fire them. We're going to suspend them without pay, some with pay, and we're going to move them to other police departments all up and down California's coast. So stop, man. That's what it means. It's just like when you work at the corporate plantation and you have to deal with human resources and somebody says some out-of-line, slick, racist shit. All they do is have that white person's white boss investigate that white racist. That's all they do. So you're never going to get justice at no type of corporate plantation. Your best bet is to hush the fuck up, get somewhere where you ain't got to be around general public, in the general population, and you can just work your shit and get the fuck out of there. On some motherfucking earphones in, your earbuds in, and sitting at your motherfucking cubicle, do your shit, get the fuck out of there. Because once you start socializing doing these things, they got you. They got you right in their web of trap. And to all my black folk, please don't go to the corporate plantation tomorrow celebrating and acting a fool. Because there's about 99% of the white folk that's at your corporate plantation that can't stand niggas, and they want to see one display of happiness from you about that shit, and they gonna be on your ass. Go there with a mind ready to get your shit and get the fuck away from them. Stop taking this. That's symbology. If that's the case, every cop that has killed an unarmed black person that's not justified should all be in prison and found guilty. Half the motherfucking police, can't even bring up charges on them. But we want to be celebrating.
Thank you, Madam Vice President.
Thank you, Madam Vice President.
And you better all get ready because when we do it, we're going to put you on Air Force One and get you here.
We're going to hold you to that, President Biden. Jesus.
I guarantee it.
Wasn't that a bunch of coon laughing and Sambo and Mammy laughing? I fucked your mom last night, Tyrone. You're right, Bob. That bullshit. Just mammying it and cooning it up, man. Niggas gotta stop that shit, man. Just gotta stop smiling with these motherfuckers, man. That motherfucker's not for you. Cause he don't give a fuck. Cause if he did, you wouldn't make no call. This is what you would say. let me tell y'all this. Oh, I'm going to change some shit, but I'm going to let my actions do the talking. I don't need my words to do the talking. But what a lot of people think is because they got a call from 94 Crime Bill Joe that things are going to really change. Nigga, I give it 2 days. Wait till sentences. Watch, they going to be like, we sentenced Derek Chauvin to 2 years in maximum security prison. Niggas going to be like, oh, hell no. Because this system is meant for him. That's why a lot of white folk that are not successful, they go be a cop. Because they know they go fuck with niggas. And fuck with every other racial group. But the 9 times out of 10, who's the punching bag of the group? Niggas. I don't care what nobody say. Now, I got some audio footage of Micaiah Bryant, her I think it's her aunt, going off on these motherfuckers. Going off on them, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm going to play some of this footage. I just want y'all to hear it. Because this is shit that you're not going to hear. All right, hold on for just 1 second. I'm going to cut this off. I just want y'all to hear the hood footage. Now, Micaiah Bryant, I guess they called the police or she called the police or whatever happened. I don't know the whole story. And the police came out. She had a knife. So they shot her and killed her. So I'm going to go ahead and play this audio for you before we close it out. Because I'm playing this for y'all so y'all can understand why I'm not celebrating. Because, yeah, George Floyd is still dead and he's not coming back. And they finally found an officer guilty on all counts. Whoop-de-doo. Out of how many black folk that's been killed? Officer Pantaleo, they didn't even bring up charges on him. They just finally fired the motherfucker. That's it, after 5 years of collecting the motherfucking pension. I think they let him stay on the force so he can collect as much as he could so they can fire him and he can still collect. That's all that was. But I'm playing this to bring everybody back to reality while everybody jumping around and sandboning and shit. This is what's going on.
Like that. You ain't gonna have it go out like that. Either you report the truth or don't report nothing. Okay?
And this is her talking to the news media outlets because, you know, they'll lie in a minute.
She was a good kid. She was loving. Yeah, she had issues, but that's okay. All of us go through shit.
Yep, that's a fact. See, you're never going to see this on the news. You know why? Because she's not smiling.
She's a child. You know what? She was 15 motherfucking years old. She deserved to die like a dog on the street. Okay? You ain't gonna have my niece go out
15 years old. Let's play that one more time.
like that. You ain't gonna have it go out like that. Either you report the truth or don't report nothing. Okay? She was a good kid. She was loving. Yeah, she had issues, but that's okay. All of us go through shit. She's a child. You know what? She was 15 motherfucking years old. She deserved to die like a dog on the street. Okay?
Wow. Isn't that compelling? That is very compelling. And then I got audio of, I think it's audio of the police talk about get the fuck out of here, Blue Lives Matter or somebody.
The fuck, that girl just got shot. Did he just say that? He said, well, Blue Lives Matter? Girl just got shot. The fuck, that...
Hold on.
That flag is a Blue Lives Matter flag.
The fuck, that girl just got shot. Did he just say that? He said, well, Blue Lives Matter? He just said that? Boy, shut the fuck up, because Blue Lives don't matter right now. I don't want to hear none of that dumb shit. The fuck is you talking about? The fuck, this 15-year-old just got killed, and you're talking about Blue Lives Matter? Get the fuck serious, bro.
See? Because people still, motherfuckers be jumping for joy, and this is how these people really feel. I'm just glad they caught it on camera. Somebody was like, Blue Lives Matter. Exactly, because they don't give a fuck about no niggas. And when a person says, well, all lives matter, that is an anti-black racist. And that's all you need to know. And don't sit up there and argue with them. Just say, you let me know all I needed to know. And that's it.
He shot her because she had a knife. He got out and didn't ask no motherfucking questions. And you talking about Blue Lives Matter, man? Get the fuck on my face, bro. For real. Sounding stupid.
See, you heard what the sister just said. They just pulled up because she had a knife and just started shooting. They didn't ask her nothing. They just start shooting because they wanted to kill. Look, because when they come out, okay, well, nigga, we taking somebody to jail, we fucking them up, or we killing them. We'd rather just kill them. Fuck doing the paperwork.
This wasn't here. You know, this nigga said blue lives matter. You see this bullshit? Here they go with that goofy shit. This nigga said blue lives matter. The 50-year-old just got shot. Probably didn't even make it now. I done watched them try to bring her back, and it don't look like shit was working. The fuck, you shot somebody in their chest 3 to 4 times. Probably more than that.
Wow.
Just gonna tell the truth. Hey, you talking about blue lives matter? Get the fuck out of here.
Blue lives matter.
Get the fuck out of here. Like, come on. Blue lives matter. Blue lives, fuck blue lives matter. Fuck black lives matter. The fuck is you talking about? Black lives matter. Fuck black lives matter.
I swear to God. My grandfather.
The fuck is you talking about? You talking about some blue lives matter. Black lives matter. As if somebody get to shooting yo, just piss me off. I hear that shit. She can't. Bro, you should bitches.
See, and that's all I'm going to play. But it's just, you know, while we sitting up here celebrating Derek Chauvin, R.I.P. to Ma'Khia Bryant, man. You know, it's very sad. I got a little bit of it. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, black teenage girl was shot and killed by police in Ohio on the same day the verdict of the George Floyd murder trial was reached. Family members have identified 15-year-old Ma'Khia Bryant, I'm saying her name wrong, as the victim of the shooting in the city of Columbus, but authorities have not yet officially confirmed her identity. Right. Wow. That's sad, man. And that's all they had. And they don't got a police officer that shot her or nothing. Didn't I just say that? When it's a black police, didn't I just say on the other podcast, when it's a black police officer, they gonna give you the name, they gonna spell it out for you, nothing. But when it's a white police officer, they don't know nothing. They don't know a motherfucking thing. It's like the shit don't even exist. I know I'm going over a little bit, but I'm going to try to find something. Somebody got to give me something. Hold on. Let's see what this shit got. Somebody got to give me something. Let's see what they talking about. Because that's bullshit. But when the black officer went rogue, them motherfuckers gave you, we'll spell his name out for you. And he wore a white Nike sock with stripes on it. And he had some Air Force Ones. Yeah, they weren't Michael Jordans. They were Air Force Ones. He's got a black mole on his left ass cheek. And I think he shaves his balls. Like, they can tell you everything when it's a nigga. Yeah, he ate spaghetti and meatballs yesterday. He had a little bit of cornbread. So, yeah. Yeah, he hasn't paid his phone bill yet. And he does phone with T-Mobile. Like, they gonna tell you all kinds of shit you don't even need to know when it's a black person. But when it's a white motherfucker, oh, we don't have all the information. God, my God, man. Killing me, man. For real. Like sugar-free. Some of y'all niggas be killing me. No, you're not getting no motherfucking commercials on here, nigga. Fuck out of here. That bullshit, man. I'm telling you, man. That shit be killing me. They can't find nothing. I just want to see if I can find some more stuff on this young sister. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see.
After an officer-involved shooting that left a person dead. This all happened on the city's south side on Legion Lane. Alexis Moberger there now with what we know so far. Alexis?
Yeah, Bob, we're still waiting to get some more answers, but if you take a look, you can see the DCI unit just went down right here on Legion Lane. Also just a big police presence out here right now.
Now all of a sudden you can't... Anytime else, if it's a nigga, you can hear them clearly. You can hear everything they say. But it's a shooting against a black person that they killed, and she was a child. So now you can't hear shit. Now all of a sudden you can't hear shit. I notice all that shit. You know it's windy out there. Why are you making sure your mic is working correctly so we can hear what the fuck you saying?
So what we know at this point is that one person died right around 5:20 this afternoon. Also haven't confirmed that it was a police officer involved shooting. Still here right on Legion Lane, we're hearing emotional cries, emotional pleas, but still waiting to hear more from police on exactly what happened. So we'll continue to get more information hopefully here in just a little bit and bring it to you as soon as we get it.
See? More information. They didn't have a police officer, nothing. See, this is the shit that I'm talking about. What did that man say? Do you need me to spell the name out for him? His name is woo woo woo, and this is the letter spelling. But when it comes to motherfucking white officers, we don't have any more information. It could be 1,000 motherfucking witnesses out there. Yeah, they're not credible witnesses. Why? Because they're niggers, basically. I just thought I would play that for you just as a reminder. You're like, damn, Warren, nah, sorry, man, because niggas want to jump around for joy, and while we jumping around for joy, they still out there fucking killing us. So y'all better fucking wake the fuck up and understand that this shit ain't going nowhere at all. This is a wicked system that gives no fuck about what the fuck we got going on. So don't think for 1 second that they're not taking stock and inventory of what the fuck is going on. Hey, man, that's my time. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Shout out to Nick, everybody that's out there. Hey, go check it out while you at work. Hey, man, if you sit up here talking about, man, Joe Biden called George Floyd and them family members. Sambo, guilty nigga. I'm out. Peace.